Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be a late dust collectors get ready with me video. I usually try to get these up on the 23rd of the month, but that sometimes requires some planning. And I don't have the ability to plan. It just skipped a generation in my life. My mom has it, my daughter has it, I don't have it. My daughter's only 6 and she's a better planner than I am. So last weekend, when I should have filmed this video, I wasn't thinking about it. The 23rd came on a Wednesday. I wasn't ready. So now it's the following Sunday and I am finally getting around to filming this video because I am a walking train wreck. So this is a collaboration I do with several other project panners on YouTube. I will have all of their channels linked down below. There's Verity, there's Kim, there's Amy, there's Samantha. All of their channels will be linked down below. I hope you have checked them out because we've been collaborating for several months now. Verity and I have been collaborating for like 2 years now. Anyways, the point of this Get Ready With Me is to pull out some products that I'm not currently project panning and to give them some love in a Get Ready With Me and just kind of chat with you guys about what's going on in my life. I already have quite a few products on my face already. I've already applied primers, concealers, correctors, foundations, and cream, blush, bronzer, and highlight, and I have set my under eyes. So I've already done a lot. I included those parts in the last 2 videos, and some of you guys said you really liked seeing the whole thing from start to finish, and I do really appreciate that, but that makes the video really long. So I figured this time we'll do a short one. So I have pulled several items from my Spring Shop My Stash. If you missed that, I did a Spring Shop My Stash with Christina Chang this past week. On the 23rd actually, when I should have been posting this video. So in the Spring Shop My Stash, I do a seasonal Shop My Stash and I pull a bunch of items that I want to focus on for the season of spring or whatever season we're talking about. And I try to incorporate those products in Get Ready With Me's and project pans throughout the time of that season. So I'm really excited. Spring is not my favorite season. Summer is my favorite season, but spring is getting me one step closer to summer. So I appreciate spring. Plus, I love all things pastel. I just love pastel colors. So the colors of spring are just my happy place. I just love the colors of spring so much. I did a little lavender mani with polka dots. I did a dotacure. It's already chipping because I've been cleaning all weekend long. But yeah, I love spring. I love spring so much. So the first product I've pulled from my Spring Shop My Stash is this e.l.f. very reflective e.l.f. palette. This is a face palette. It has a highlighter, bronzer, and 2 blushes. I'm not going to be using the blushes today, but I am going to be using the highlighter and the bronzer. So let's start with the bronzer. I mentioned in that Shop My Stash video that I felt like this was a pretty light bronzer compared to the other ones I have, but again, I've never really even tried it, so I don't know if it's that light at all or not. But I don't know if this would work if I got too much of a tan. Maybe it would. That's what I wanted to find out. Of course, I do have cream bronzer on, so that gives me a bit of a head start. So even if I'm not using the most pigmented powder bronzer, it's not a big deal because my cream bronzer is plenty pigmented. So how are you guys doing? I hope your lives are getting back to normal. Whatever your definition of normal is, I hope your lives are starting to look a little bit more like normal to you. That has been the theme over the past month for me. You know, throughout this whole pandemic, my mission in life has been to create the most normal circumstances for my children. You know, I know a lot of you guys are mothers too, so I'm sure you can relate, but my mission in life was to find normal for my kids, and that I really worked hard to do that over the last 2 years, from keeping them going in gymnastics to signing them up for various social activities. Basically, I was looking for opportunities for them to be social and to not have to wear a mask. So lots of outdoor activities where they could just play and feel normal. I really wanted my kids to feel normal. So I was really promoting that. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the highlighter. However, over the past month in the state of Illinois, they've dropped the mask restrictions and they've loosened up on a lot of things, and it has made such a huge difference. My kids no longer have to wear masks to school, which is great. I'm really happy about it. It's a choice. If you want your kid to wear a mask, they can still wear a mask. If they don't have to. I'm sure that's the way it is in every state. But I allowed my kids to choose what they wanted to do, and they're choosing to not wear a mask, and I fully support that. And I'm very happy for them. Basically, school was the last holdout. School and music lessons. Music lessons were still requiring masking too, but my kids hadn't been wearing masks anywhere else in their life. So it just felt normal for them to go back to not wearing a mask. So they've done great with that. I don't have to wear a mask at work either, so I like that very much too. This is not the glowiest highlighter, is it? I had a cream highlighter on and I feel like it just kind of dulled down my cream highlighter. Is this more of a face powder than a highlighter? I think it's a highlighter. Didn't really highlight a whole lot. That's fine. We can go for a subtle highlight. Okay, for blush, since I'm not using the blush in that e.l.f. palette, I pulled this blush from Japanesque. This is a Velvet Touch blush in 03. It's what I would describe as a true matte peachy pink. And I'm going to start with this on my cheeks, but I'm also going to be applying this on my eyelids. I had a request in my comments after that Shop My Stash because you wanted to see what this looks like as an eyeshadow, and I think this would make a beautiful eyeshadow blended out throughout the crease, so I am going to do that with this as well. So one of the nice things about getting back to normal is that my kids are being invited to birthday parties again. I'm really worried that I picked up too much product. I'm going to just dot it on. Oh boy, it's pretty pigmented. All right, Japanesque. So last week, my kids were invited to a roller skating party, and it's at the roller rink that I used to go to when I was a kid, and I used to skate at. And it was like the strangest thing. It was like the weirdest deja vu, but it wasn't really deja vu. It wasn't like this feeling that I'd been there before, because I know I'd been there before. I like spent so much time at that roller rink. I've been trying to think, like, did my school actually do like field trips there, or was it just through birthday parties? But because I feel like my whole class was there, but maybe it was just a birthday party. I don't remember, but I know I was at that roller rink a ton as a kid. And now I'm gonna apply this in my crease. But yeah, it brought back so many memories, and it was so fun to watch my kids try to roller skate. My son got a pair of roller skates for Christmas last year, so both of them have been putting on the roller skates and trying to like zip around the house a little bit, but there's not a whole lot of space in here to practice roller skating. Plus there's not a lot of distractions. Like, the difference between skating in your front room and skating in a roller rink is like night and day. And so I was really excited to see, you know, how they would do in a roller rink. And they did great. They both did great. Ron really picked up on it quite quickly. And Hazel did really good too. She went around kind of like clinging to the walls the first few times, but towards the end she was doing good and picking up a little bit of speed. But both of them loved it. They want to go back again really soon. So I'm going to have to find an excuse to take them to the roller skating rink again, because they absolutely loved it, and it was just so cute. It just reminded me so much of my childhood. It gave me so many feels. I need to move you guys in closer, don't I? I'm sorry. I always forget this. So that's what that blush looks like as an eyeshadow. It is very, very pretty. I'm gonna bring it up just a little. It's a pretty shade. And then this week, today, my son's at another birthday party with one of his good friends. He's at Dave & Buster's, and that's his first time going there. He's never been there before. So I'm just so happy for my kids that they're starting to have, you know, more and more normalcy. And the other kids, that roller skating birthday party that they went to last week, that was that kid's first birthday party in 3 years. That kid has not had a birthday party in 3 years, and that just breaks my heart. Because Ron's birthday is in September, we were able to give him a birthday party every year, and we just did it outside. And then Hazel's birthday party is in November, but somehow we have a bunch of cousins, so we still managed to have parties for her. this past year we did a paint party with a small group of friends, and the year before I just always managed to have a party for my kids. But yeah, that was that kid's first birthday party in 3 years. So we tried to like give her like a triple gift because I felt so bad for her. Okay, for the rest of my eyes, I'm going to be dipping into this Colourpop Pretty Much Pigment palette. This is the eyeshadow palette that I picked that I've never used even once. And I don't know how well these colors are going to go with this Pinky Peach eyeshadow blush that I'm using as an eyeshadow, but I figured I would try it out. This does not have a mirror, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I think I'm just gonna take this shade down here in like my outer V, this shade all over the lid, and this shade on my inner corner. So I think I'm just going to be working with these 3 shades, and I'll probably put this shade on my lower lash line. We'll see how that works. So yeah, I'm just so happy for the kids, you know. It's good for them to be reminded what normal is like, and I'm just so happy. All right, I have my Makeup Geek. All right, I have my Makeup Geek Small Crease Blush. All right, I have my Makeup Geek Small Crease Brush, dang. All right, I have my Makeup Geek Small Crease Brush. It took me like 5 times to be able to say that without screwing it up. I bought a set of these Makeup Geek brushes off of Holt Look years ago, and I really enjoy them. Another company that is biting the dust. So sad. Okay. Focus, Paula. So I'm taking that berry matte shade at the bottom, and I'm just gonna kind of trace out my outer V. So far, those 2 colors seem to work well, pretty well together. So my kids are on spring break next week. I think a lot of kids are on spring break next week, and I am bitterly jealous. Just unbelievably bitterly jealous, because my spring break is not for another 2 weeks. So I have to work another 2 weeks before I get to have my spring break, which I know is silly because I know a lot of you working folks out there don't get a spring break at all. So I know I cannot complain too much, but I'm ready for a spring break. I'm ready for a week off of work. We're not gonna go anywhere because our spring breaks are at different times. So my kids are gonna be cared for by my brother tomorrow, and then they'll be at the babysitter's house for the rest of the week. The cool thing though is that in 2 weeks, when it's my spring break, I'm gonna be home alone. And I am so excited. I am so excited. I have been falling so far behind on my book club. I have now not finished 2 books for book club, and the next book has already been chosen, and the date for that book club meeting has been chosen, and I just got the notification that it's ready at the library. That's been a big part of my problem, is that I'm dependent on my library to get me the book, and if it takes half of the time we have between book club meetings for the book to arrive, I'm a month behind already. So I'm already playing catch up, but that book's ready. I think the new book club is called, I'm gonna have to leave a comment right here because I can't remember, something with flowers and water. I can't remember. I have no idea what this book is about, but it took a while for the library to get it ready for us, so I need to go pick that up. I don't know if my library is open on Sundays or not, but if it is, I gotta go grab it today. So yeah, hopefully I could catch up on some reading. I know a lot of you guys are patiently waiting for my storage tour and my bathroom tour. I haven't done that in a few years, and I need to clean. I think I'm gonna film a whole separate video kind of showing the process of cleaning. I might post that after I post the bathroom tour and the office tour, because it looks like a tornado went off in my office right now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if you guys could only see how crazy it is in there, you would know why I'm not just filming that video and getting it out right away, because my life is chaos right now. I don't have a lot of time at home. I am filling up every spare second of my life with stuff, and when I am home, I'm trying to film and edit videos, so I just haven't had a lot of time to clean. We've been visiting my parents on Saturdays for a few hours, which is great. It is the most important thing to me because my parents are in their early 80s, and you know, that's time I can't get back. So the most important thing is visiting them on the weekends. But that means that that's like 5 hours on Saturday that I'm not doing any cleaning. And then Sunday, they've been doing swim lessons. That just stopped. So this is the first Sunday I'm having where I'm not like racing off to get them to swim lessons and sitting in a car at a parking lot while they go do swim lessons. But that is a pretty color. It's not very shimmery, but it's pretty. I was expecting it to have a lot more like shimmer to it, like a metallic-y look, but it's pigmented. I kind of feel like that blush worked out really nicely in the crease. All right, I'm gonna take that lightest kind of champagne-y shade and pop that on my inner corners, and then I'm going to do my lower lash line, which I haven't done yet. Wow. I picked up so much product. So hopefully I can pull my whole life back together over spring break. I'm always optimistic. And by the end of spring break, I'm always extremely disappointed in myself. So that is my pattern. I'm expecting it to be the same as always, but we'll see. Maybe I won't disappoint myself this year. Okay, now I'm gonna basically use the same colors on my lower lash line. I might bring that blush back out and just blow out my lower lash line. I might go for a real blown out look. I don't think I'm really going anywhere today, so I could be as crazy as I want. Let's be crazy. Uh-oh. I'm thinking about doing a little bit of drape in here. I've already gone this far. I know I already put the highlight on, but I can go back in and add some more. I have my highlighter brush and I'm just gonna tap it into the blush. Never really done this before. Is that crazy? Is it okay? What do we think? Do I look like an Easter egg? I hope I do. I'm gonna go back in with that highlighter and just kind of highlight my cheekbones again. I don't know if that's really doing any good, but I also don't really have a brow bone highlight on. Let me go back into that Colourpop palette and put on a brow bone highlight. That shadow is a gorgeous brow bone highlight. I really like it. I wish I would have put it on first. Huh. Okay, I think I'm done with the color. The next product that I pulled is my Peach Blur Powder from Too Faced. I needed this peachy smell in my life. I do feel like it's fading a bit. I feel like the scent was a lot stronger when I first bought it, and that makes me really sad. I also remember this shade being quite peach, like it's peach. So good thing I'm wearing a very peachy look today, because I think this is only going to add to the peachiness. But I haven't used this powder in forever. This powder really does look used, but I don't remember ever putting it in a project. I must have had it in a project at some point. Okay, I am going to add some eyeliner and some mascara and throw on some setting spray, and I will be back in just a minute to talk about which lip products we're gonna put on for today's look. Be right back. Okay, I am back. I've added mascara and liner, and I threw on some setting spray. We're getting there. I have pulled 3 lip products from my Shop My Stash box. 2 look very similar and are the same formula. First of all, I have this NYX Turned Up in Pink Lady. Did I say this is called Tulls? This is called Pink Lady. I think during the Shop My Stash I call this Tulls because it says Tulls 04. But then it says Pink Lady, and that's the actual name. I missed that key fact in that video. This is just an adorable peach shade. What do we think? I think I want to eat it. And then I have 2 of my Too Faced melted lipsticks. Melted liquefied lipsticks. Talking is hard. They're so similar. This is Melted Fig and this is Chihuahua. Chihuahua is more like a dusty pink and Melted Fig has a lot more plum in it. I should go with Fig, shouldn't I? All right, you twisted my arm. I do also have a lip liner. This is the Jordana lip liner in Baby Berry, and I've been using this a ton. I love this lip liner so much. This is in my pink project that I'm doing with Eva, and I have been loving this lip liner. I got a long way to go before I finish it off, but I try to use this whenever I get a chance. Did I choose the right color? I don't know. This is 3-day hair we're working with, and 3-day hair is not my favorite hair. I always like it when it's cleaner. It looks a little flat. I know I should use dry shampoo, but I never do, even though I know I should. I'm finally getting my hair done again on Wednesday. I only get my hair done like every 10 weeks. So by the time I finally go in, I am just so ready. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, so this is the finished look for the dust collectors. Get ready with me. What do you think? Did I go too far? I always do in these videos, but I do love playing with makeup, and I tried to do a little something extra in these videos. This was my first time really attempting draping. I don't know if I really did it right, but I don't know, maybe I did. All right, let's do a run through of the products I pulled for this video. First of all, I tried out this e.l.f. palette. I don't know if I've ever used this before. I've had it for years and I feel like today was my first time ever using it. The bronzer did work, especially like I said, because I have a fairly deep cream bronzer as a base, so it works fine. The highlighter seemed a bit underwhelming. I'm not looking for like a blinding highlight, but I generally look for something a little bit more than what this gave me today. Although, you know, it wasn't bad. It's just kind of like that, like the tamed down version of the Essence Nude Highlight. Like, it's really calm. The blushes I didn't get a chance to use, but they look very pretty. I like them a lot. I like the way they look a lot. The blush I did use was this Japanesque blush, Holy Pigment Batman. Again, this is a product I'd never used before. I've had it for years. I probably bought this right around the time I started my Instagram account, so 2016? Yeah, I've had this since 2016 and I've never used it even once. This is very pigmented, very bold, beautiful, very matte, and I like it. I like it a lot. I do own enough blush to last me 3 or 4 lifetimes, so, you know, it's just feels good to get to use something different, because when you commit to project panning a blush, you're committing to like 2 years of not using anything else. So this is a really fun cheat day for me. Next, I finally played with this Colourpop Pretty Much palette. Today was my first time using this as well. I thought this shade was gorgeous. I love this berry shade. Every time I pull out a berry shade like this from a Colourpop palette, I always fall in love with it. It's one of my favorite eyeshadows that I see reoccurring in different Colourpop palettes. I probably have 3 or 4 of these shades between my Element of Surprise palette, my Good Sport palette, and this. I probably have 4 of these shades from Colourpop alone, but every time I use it, I love it. I just think it is a beautiful, beautiful shadow. Thanks, honey. This lighter purple is also beautiful. It just came out very matte, and I was expecting it to be a shimmery purple or a metallic purple, and it was just kind of a matte purple. But it still really made quite an impact on my eyelids. And this highlighty shade, this champagne shade, was amazing. I think it is beautiful. It made a gorgeous brow bone highlight. It made a gorgeous inner corner highlight, and I absolutely love it. I would love to try out these other shades at some point, but they were not part of the look today. I generally like to stick with about 3 eyeshadows, maybe 4 from look to look. Anything more than that feels a little bit like overkill for me personally. Next, I used the Too Faced Peach Blur Powder. It's not as peachy as I remember it being. I remember it being distinctively peach on my skin, and I don't feel like it is. Granted, I draped with the blush and I put pink everywhere, so maybe that's why it's not really showing up. But even on my forehead where I didn't put any blush, it doesn't look particularly pink. But I really enjoyed this. I would love to put this in a project and use it up eventually. Probably not going to happen this year, but I would love to project pan this in the future. I like it, but it's not something I'm going to miss when it's gone. I have other setting powders that I would prefer to use over that one, like Hourglass or Laura Mercier, or I don't know. I don't think I would be too upset if I pan that and used it up. And finally, I worked with my Too Faced Melted Liquefied Longwear Lipstick in Melted Fig. This is not a brand new to me product. I've had this for years and I used it many times in the past, but this is the first time I've used it in what feels like forever. It's a pretty bold color. It's a bold berry shade. I do like bold berry shades, so that works out well for me. I actually prefer this kind of shade over a bold red any day. I'm much more comfortable in this shade than a red, and I know a lot of people would disagree with me on that, and I know a lot of people love red lipsticks, but red feels scary and intimidating, and this feels wearable to me. So it's an easy lipstick to wear. This formula is so comfortable. It doesn't dry down completely. It just feels like if you took a regular bullet cream lipstick and liquefied it into a tube. That's what these feel like, and they are wonderfully comfortable. It's different than the melted mattes. The melteds are different. They have the melteds and then they have the melted mattes. And these are the melteds, but yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. All right, I think that's everything, you guys. So this is the final look. Tell me what you think about it in the comments down below. I had a lot of fun creating it with you guys today. Thank you so very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Here you go.
I really like the melon skin lip gloss.
This one?
Yeah, I really like the melon
Come here.
color.
Go like this. Look in the... Oh, can you see yourself? Beautiful.
Good.
Okay.